GB News discussion about the UK's investment in national security took a tense turn as Defence Secretary John Healey joined the show. GB News breakfast program returned with presenters Eamon Holmes and Ellie Costello opening a discussion about the government's new 5% pledge to increase defence spending to 5% of GDP. They were joined by Defence Secretary John Healey, who denied that the investment in national security was just smoke and mirrors. Ellie asked the politician, "You and the government have committed to spending 5% of defense by 2035, but you have been accused of fudging these figures, or artificially inflating them by counting measures on net zero and tackling small boat crossings as part of the broader defense spend, so have you fudged the figures and is it smoke and mirrors?" Healey responded, "No, what's expected to be discussed and agreed this afternoon by the leaders of NATO will be a new benchmark for 2035 of 5%. As he insisted the spend would be a commitment, Ellie interjected, "Is it a commitment, not an ambition?" echoing her question to the politician 3 times. Ellie asked, "A commitment, not an ambition. Because when you spoke about 3.5%, that was an ambition, so is this 5% definitely a commitment?" The politician said, "Yes, the Prime Minister has described it as a new commitment, NATO describes it as a new benchmark. In a sense, the important thing for me as Defense Secretary is what we are doing now, and people can judge us on that record. We say we're taking the first duty of government to defend the country seriously, and we're putting $5 billion extra in the budget this year." Healey continued, "Within 2 years, we would have had the biggest increase in defense spending since the end of the Cold War, and we've said exactly how we'll pay for it as Parliament, and we'll pay for it by switching money out of the defense overseas development aid and into defense. So just as we've shown exactly how we'll pay for a defense increase in this Parliament, in the next Parliament we'll do the same," the politician concluded. The UK will purchase 12 new fighter jets and join NATO's airborne nuclear mission in what Downing Street has labelled the biggest strengthening of the UK's nuclear posture in a generation. The F-35A jets can carry conventional weapons and can also be equipped with nuclear bombs. The Prime Minister, who is attending the NATO summit in The Hague, said, "In an era of radical uncertainty we can no longer take peace for granted, which is why my government is investing in our national security, ensuring our armed forces have the equipment they need and communities up and down the country reap the benefits from our defense dividend." Starmer added, "Supporting 100 businesses across the country and more than 20,000 jobs, these F-35 dual-capable aircraft will herald a new era for our world-leading Royal Air Force and deter hostile threats that threaten the UK and our allies. The UK's commitment to NATO is unquestionable, as is the alliance's contribution to keeping the UK safe and secure, but we must all step up to protect the Euro-Atlantic area for generations to come."